I'm Janet Connor, host of Praying at the Speed of Love, and I have quite the conversation about the speed of love for you this Thursday. You know that in every single show going back as long as I've had a show, I think from the very first episode of The Soul Directed Life, my first show, I would ring the Tibetan bowl. Now, I doubt that that really goes through to you through the camera and technology as richly as I hear it, but I'm confident that you have been in a space with a crystal or Tibetan bowl and you know that sound. And it's a little different every time, and it touches your skin, and it touches your body, and it touches your heart. I'm very blessed that my yoga instructor does big antique Tibetan bowls for us on a regular basis. Well, I don't ring this bowl just because it's a cute thing to do. The bowl is alive, sound is alive, and sound vibrates out. And I don't know, does it ever end? Sound continues and continues and continues. And we are very blessed that in history there have been people who really explored this living presence of sound. It's in a science called cymatics, and we are having a conversation with Mandara Cromwell, the creator of this beautiful book, Sound Flower, right? They look like flowers. This is sound underwater. Each one is just a little bit different. And not only are they gorgeous, but this sound has healing capacity. We know that from the sound healing experiences that you had in person with Tibetan bowls, with crystal bowls. But Mandara, who's a scientist, is able to dive into sound visually and then created a piece of equipment that brings that sound into every cell of your body to support healing. You see the subtitle, The Journey to Marry Science and Spirit. Sound is at the communion of mysticism and science. And I am so blessed to have a conversation with Mandara Cromwell in her office in Atlanta about sound and sound as flower. And I devoured this book, so I cannot wait to ask her now, how come let's talk about the five. Every single one of these images, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sound has this 5 vibration. Why? Well, it turns out, of course, it's a mystical number. It's very deeply connected to all the mystical traditions. And why is it visible in water? And she tells the wild science. There are scientists who started cymatics, but they didn't have the technology that Mandara has. So we're going to hear her story. We're going to hear stories about how sound has been frozen in stone in mystical places around the world. Let's just start with Roslin Chapel in Scotland. Did you know that that's music in stone and you can hear it? This is just a wondrous conversation about the deep mystical nature of sound. And we are so blessed to have it starting this Thursday with Mandara Cromwell on episode 15. Yeah, see, there's the 5, right? Now turn your hand around and move all your fingers, and that's 15. We're up to episode 15 on Praying at the Speed of Love. Now, let's learn, discover the healing property of sound on waves of